Liam stood near the glowing glass walls of Neo City Orbit Terminal, staring down at Earth far below. The blue planet shimmered under space lights, but his heart felt heavy. He wasn't here to enjoy the view. He was here to escape. His name was Liam Dorn. At only 25, he was already one of the richest humans in the solar system. He owned Dorn Systems, the company that made most of the tech for human colonies in space. But none of that mattered now. Today, the Terran Council had ordered him to marry the daughter of an alien diplomat to strengthen peace between species. A forced marriage for business and politics. He didn't even know the girl's name. No way, he whispered to himself. I'm not a tool they can use, but how could he say no? The council had power. They could take his company. They could even ban him from Earth. And worse, they'd already called reporters and diplomats to witness the engagement announcement. Right here at the terminal. Suddenly, he heard voices behind him. There he is. One of the guards shouted, Liam Dorn. The guests are waiting. Panic shot through Liam's chest. He couldn't go to that platform. He had no plan, no backup. He turned and walked fast into the crowd of travelers, trying to disappear. His heart raced as he passed hundreds of people, humans, aliens, robots, all busy with their lives. A family of Martian settlers walked by with luggage. A group of space miners laughed loudly near a food stand. Nobody noticed him. Then he saw her, a young woman, standing alone near a shuttle gate. She wore a plain coat and held a data pad, her dark hair tied back simply. Her face looked calm but focused. She wasn't dressed like the others, not rich, not high status. Just someone passing through, and in that second, Liam had a wild idea. He walked straight up to her. Sorry, he whispered. Before she could react, Liam grabbed her gently, leaned in, and kissed her. It wasn't long, just a soft, sudden kiss, but it was enough to make people around them gasp and turn. The girl pulled back, eyes wide. What are you doing? Just then, the guards arrived. Mr. Dorn, what's going on? Liam turned to them and smiled. I'm sorry, officers, he said loudly, for everyone to hear. But I won't marry the council's choice. I'm in love with someone else. He took the girl's hand and held it up. This is Mira, he lied, making up a name. She's the one I love. I won't betray my heart. The guards looked confused. Cameras from nearby reporters zoomed in. The crowd murmured. The plan worked. For now, they escaped into a quiet corner of the terminal. Liam quickly let go of her hand. I'm sorry for that, he said, breathless. I had no choice. They were going to force me into a marriage. I needed to make a scene. The girl crossed her arms. You kissed a stranger in front of the whole galaxy. I know. I panicked. She raised an eyebrow. Why me? I don't know, he admitted. You looked calm, real, not fake like everyone else here. She paused, then sighed. I should be angry. But it was kind of smart. Really? He asked, surprised. I said kind of smart, not good. Just clever. She looked at him seriously. My name's not Mira. Oh, sorry, I just said the first name that came to mind. She studied him for a moment. You're lucky I don't report you. I'll do anything to make up for it, he said quickly. Credits, access, whatever you want. She tilted her head. Anything? He nodded. Name it. The girl glanced around, as if checking to make sure no one was watching. Then, she leaned closer. Help me get into your company's data core. Liam blinked. What? I need access to a secure area in Dorn Systems. Nothing dangerous. Just information. He stared at her, unsure. You're not a random traveler. Are you? No, she said plainly. And you just involved yourself in something bigger than a fake kiss. She turned to walk away. Wait, Liam called. Who are you? She looked over her shoulder. I'll tell you. If you decide to help. Then she disappeared into the crowd. That night, back at his orbit suite, Liam couldn't sleep. He sat in front of his wall screen, watching replay after replay of the kiss. The news channels had gone wild. Some people called it romantic. Some said it was rebellion. Some thought it was fake. He rubbed his forehead. What have I done? But deep inside, he knew the truth. That girl, whoever she was, had sparked something inside him, not love, not yet, but curiosity. And maybe, just maybe, a new path. A path away from being a puppet of the council. A path where he could decide who he was going to be. And it had all started with a kiss. The next morning, Liam sat in his office aboard his personal space cruiser, still thinking about the girl. He had tried searching for her real name using the terminal's records, but nothing. She had disappeared just as fast as she had appeared, but she had asked him for something strange. Help me get into your company's data core. Liam couldn't stop replaying those words in his mind. He had built Dorn systems himself. Every security code, every system lock, every firewall, he had designed it all. Why would a girl like her need access? And more importantly, what was she really after? Just then, his AI assistant, Corey, spoke up. Double quote, sir. Someone left a note for you on the ship's message dock. No ID, just a line of text. Read it, Liam said. Corey read aloud. Meet me at level 6.12, 1 hour. Come alone. Bring no trackers. Liam stood slowly. He didn't know her name. He didn't know what she wanted. But he wanted answers. 1 hour later, Liam arrived at level 6.12. It was quiet, dark, and far from the public areas of the terminal. Cargo ships came and went here, no cameras, no guards. He spotted her standing beside a supply crate. Same coat. Same serious eyes. You came, she said. I want to know who you are, Liam replied. The girl looked around to make sure no one was near. Then she spoke quietly. My real name is Mayra. I didn't lie about that. He raised an eyebrow. But you didn't tell me the truth either. I couldn't. You're Liam Dorn, richest man in orbit. If I told you who I was, you would have reported me. Try me. She hesitated, then said, I work with a group called Ashlight. We're trying to uncover the truth behind the Terran Council. Something big is happening, Liam. They're using your company to hide it. He frowned. My company? Yes, she said. Your systems power almost every human colony. And the data cores in your HQ hold proof that the Council is working with an alien alliance behind our backs. Liam shook his head. That's a big claim. I'm not asking you to believe me, she replied. Just help me get access. Let me see the data. Then decide for yourself. He looked into her eyes. There was no fear, no greed. Only quiet determination. Why should I trust you? He asked. Mira stepped closer. Because I didn't have to help you yesterday. I could have turned you in. But I didn't. I gave you a way out. Now I need you to return the favor. Liam sighed. This could destroy everything I've built. Or save it, she said. Later that night, Liam sat alone in his private server room aboard the cruiser. The room glowed blue with energy pulses. Walls of data surrounded him. Files, codes, maps of every colony system. His company's heart. He tapped into the deepest vault, the one only he could open. Corey, he said, mirror my access to this server and give one guest user limited entry, no backups. No records. Corey responded. That is against protocol. Are you sure? Yes, Liam said. He plugged in a transfer key. The screen blinked. Guest access created. ID, MIRA23. The next day, Mira returned. Liam handed her a thin black disk. This will give you access for 1 hour. That's all. Mira took it carefully. 1 hour is enough. After this, Liam said, I want answers. You'll get them, she promised. As she walked away, Liam watched her closely. He still didn't know if she was telling the truth. But something about her felt real. And deep down, he wanted to believe in something more than money and machines. Mira sat inside a dark room in an old satellite base. The disk plugged into her device, and the screen lit up with files, real, untouched records from Dorn systems. She read quietly, scanning files faster than most people could blink. One folder caught her eye: Project Helix Z, hidden, locked, marked as top secret. Council oversight only. She opened it. Her face turned pale. Inside were communication logs between high-level council members and a group called Zyrene Dominion, an alien empire, known for taking control of weaker species by using their leaders as puppets. There were documents proving that the council had given Zyrene permission to influence trade, limit human expansion, and even select leaders in outer colonies. Mira's hands shook. She copied everything to her encrypted drive. Then she whispered, "It's worse than we thought." Back at Liam's cruiser, she returned the disk. "Well?" he asked. She didn't speak at first. Then she said, "They've sold us out. The council is letting the Zyrene control Earth's future. Slowly, silently, they're hiding it using your tech." Liam's stomach turned. "My systems are being used to trap people?" "Yes," Mira said. "Your tech is the net, and the council is tightening it around the human race." Liam sat down, shocked. For the first time in years, he felt powerless. "What do we do?" he asked quietly. Myra's eyes lit up with fire. "We expose them, together." He looked at her and nodded. Slowly, the rich boy who kissed a stranger was gone, and in his place, a man ready to fight back. Liam sat in silence after Mira left the ship. The room around him was quiet, filled only with the low hum of power running through the walls. His hands rested on the desk, but his mind was far from still. He had built Dorn systems to help humanity grow in space. He had believed in human progress, better homes, cleaner air, safer colonies. But now the company he trusted was part of a dark secret. The Terran Council was using his systems to control people, and they were doing it with help from the Zyrene Dominion, aliens pretending to be allies. Liam leaned forward and pressed a button on the table. "Corey," he said, "connect me to Mira." Corey responded. Signal scrambled. No connection available. Liam sighed. He was alone again. Across the sector, Mira sat in a hidden lab inside a broken cargo station. Her small team of Ashlight rebels was waiting for her return. The group had no uniforms, no real weapons, just brains, stolen tools, and courage. One of them, a young man named Kel, looked up. "Did he help?" Mira nodded and handed him the drive. "He gave me full access," Kel whistled. "That rich boy's either very brave or very stupid." Mira smiled slightly. "He's waking up." Another woman, Juno, took the drive and loaded the files into a secure system. Lines of text, voice logs, and reports filled the screen. "What's Project Helix Z?" Juno asked. Mira pointed to a file. "It's the center of everything. The Council and the Zyrene planned this 10 years ago. They're placing silent programs in every human settlement controlling news, trade, education. They even plan to select future leaders from a group trained by the Zyrene themselves." Kel slammed his hand on the table. "They're not helping us grow, they're preparing to rule us." Juno stared at the screen. "We need to show this to the colonies." Mira nodded. "Yes, but we have to move carefully. If the Council finds out we've seen this, they'll wipe everything and come after us. Then we need Liam," Juno said. "He's the only one who can open the deep core. The truth is buried in his tech." Back on his ship, Liam watched old news clips from his own company. Launches, celebrations, awards. He noticed something strange. In every video taken from colony command centers, there was always one detail, a symbol hidden in the background. A small silver triangle with 3 dots. He zoomed in. It was the Zyrene mark. It had been there all along. They hid it in plain sight. He whispered. Just then, Corey spoke. Sir, incoming message, encrypted. From who? Unknown. Source, but code matches the guest access from yesterday. Open it. The screen lit up with Myra's face. Her eyes were serious. Liam, she said, we need more. The documents we found are big, but we need the master code, the one only you have. The real files are deeper, hidden in the foundation. Code of your network. We need to get into your Earth base. Liam frowned. That place is sealed. Full security, guards, cameras. Then you'll need a good reason to go back, Mira said. And I think I have one. The next morning, Liam returned to Earth for the first time in 2 years. His arrival was loud press waiting, council agents watching. But he didn't care about the cameras. He walked straight into his headquarters. Emergency inspection, he told the guards. Security systems are being misused. I need full access to the core. The guards hesitated but let him in. He still held the power of his name. Inside the white, shining halls of Dorn Systems, everything looked perfect. Too perfect. When he reached the core room, deep underground, he waited until the guards left him alone. Then he opened a hidden panel and sent a signal. Mira appeared in the system as a blinking light. She was already inside, connected through a satellite relay. I'm in, Liam whispered. I'm opening the master core. He placed his hand on the DNA scanner and entered his personal code. The wall shifted. Behind it was a sealed server, black and humming. This wasn't part of any public map. Only Liam knew about it. Uploading files, Mira said through the speaker. Seconds passed. Then, Liam, Mira said, her voice tense. There's something else here. A second program, something alive. What do you mean? It's a Zerine AI, hidden in your system. It's watching us right now. Liam's screen flashed red. A warning appeared. Unauthorized access detected. Lockdown activated. Alarms rang. Liam shouted. Mira, disconnect. I need 10 more seconds. You don't have 10. But it was too late. The doors slammed shut. Gas began to leak into the room. Corey, Liam coughed. Override safety. Manual override required, Corey replied. Liam dropped to his knees and crawled to the panel. His lungs burned. His vision blurred. He reached the emergency lever and pulled with all his strength. The gas stopped. Doors opened. Liam fell to the floor, coughing hard, but alive. Mira's voice came through again. I got the I copy. I'm out. Liam sat up, breathing hard. They tried to kill me. They know now, she said. We have to move fast. The real fight is coming. That night, Liam stared at the stars through his cruiser's window. He wasn't just a millionaire anymore. He was a target. And Mira, she wasn't just a girl he kissed to escape a fake marriage. She was a fighter. And now, so was he. Liam's name was everywhere. News headlines flashed across every screen in the solar system. Tech billionaire breaks into own headquarters. Liam Dorn accused of treason by Terran Council. Secret alien alliance. Manhunt begins. The council moved fast. They blamed Liam for stealing private data, damaging systems, and leaking false information. They told the people he was dangerous. But the real truth? Liam had seen the council's secret. And now they wanted to silence him forever. Liam sat quietly in a small cargo ship, far from the comfort of his luxury cruiser. He wore a plain jacket, nothing like his usual clothes. His face looked tired, but his eyes were sharp. Mira sat across from him, checking the controls. We can't go back to any major city, she said. The council marked your ID. Scanners will pick you up in seconds. Liam nodded. So I'm a criminal now. No, Myra said. You're something they're afraid of. You have the truth, and that makes you powerful. Liam looked out the window. Stars passed by slowly. Where are we going? To Outpost 9, Mira answered. It's a hidden human colony on the edge of the system. The council hasn't reached it yet. And your people? They're waiting there, she said. We'll be safe, for a while. 3 days later, the small ship landed on a dusty gray moon. Outpost 9 was built into old rock, hidden under the surface. It wasn't beautiful, but it was strong. Mira led Liam through tunnels where humans worked with simple machines. No fancy lights, no big cities. Just survival. These people live without council help? Liam asked. Mira nodded. They grow their own food. Fix their own air systems. They don't trust outsiders. And they'll trust me? Mira smiled. Not at first. In a small meeting room, Mira introduced Liam to the others. This is Juno, Kel, and Rain, she said. They're leaders of Ashlight here. Liam gave a small nod. You probably think I'm just some spoiled rich man. Kel crossed his arms. You kissed a girl to get out of a wedding, and now you're running from the council. You're not. What I expected, Juno added. We don't need heroes. We need people who are willing to fight. Liam took a deep breath. Then I'm in the right place. He placed a small chip on the table. This has the full Helix Z program. Plus, the Zirine I Mira found, all their plans. The colonies they control. The human leaders they've chosen. The room went silent. Rain slowly picked up the chip. This is proof, real proof. Kel looked at Liam differently now. What do you want to do with it? Spread it, Liam said. Not just to humans, but to every species the Zirine are trying to control. Mira stepped forward. We'll use the old signal station. It still works, but it's slow. We'll need time, Rain frowned. If we start the upload, the council will find us. Liam looked serious. Then we finish before they arrive. That night, Liam walked alone through the tunnels. People stared at him, whispering. Some were angry, some curious. A few thankful. A small girl ran up to him. Are you the man from the news? Liam smiled. I guess I am. Are you a bad guy? He knelt down. Do I look like one? The girl thought, then shook her head. You look sad. Liam's smile faded. I am. But I'm also trying to fix something. She nodded like she understood, then ran off. Mira walked over. You're good with kids, Liam shrugged. They don't know how to lie. They stood in silence for a moment. You didn't have to come here, Mira said softly. You could have hidden somewhere. Used your money to escape, Liam looked at her. And let them win? Let them control everything? No, I want to help. Stop this, Mira smiled slightly. You've changed. Maybe, Liam said. Maybe I've just finally opened my eyes. The next day, work began. Juno and her team connected the chip to the signal tower. The message would spread slowly, but once it reached enough colonies, the truth could no longer be hidden. Liam helped fix wires, carried tools, and even repaired an old power line. He wasn't used to this kind of work. But it felt real. By nightfall, the system was ready. Transmission will take 12 hours, Juno said. We start now. Mira placed her hand on the final switch. Liam stood beside her. Let's show them what we found, she said. Together, they flipped the switch. Lights blinked, antennas moved. The truth began its journey. 6 hours later, alarms screamed through the outpost. Rain ran in. Council ships, 3 of them. They found us, Mira cursed. We're not finished, Liam shouted. Keep the signal running. I'll help delay them, Kel stared. You know how to fight? Liam grabbed an old pulse rifle. No, but I'm learning fast. Mira touched his arm. Don't get yourself killed, he smiled. No promises. Outside, council troopers landed fast, dressed in black suits, armed and ready. They pushed toward the tower, but Ashlight fighters were waiting. Liam fired from behind a rock wall, heart pounding. The recoil shook his arms, but he kept going. Sparks flew around him. He saw Kel take cover. Juno directing others, Mira leading the charge. The battle was loud and wild. For the first time in his life, Liam wasn't protected by guards, walls, or credits. He was standing in the dirt, with people who believed in something. At the 10th hour, council ships began pulling back. They had lost more than expected, and the signal? Still running. Inside the tower, Mira watched the data spread across space. She turned to Liam as he limped in, covered in dust and sweat. "You okay?" she asked. "Still breathing," he said. She smiled. "The message is almost out. We did it." Liam looked at the screen. Green dots flashed across colonies as the truth reached them. And he whispered, "Now, they'll know." For the first time in years, people across the solar system were waking up. The message from Outpost 9 had reached Earth, Mars, Titan, and many other colonies. It showed videos, reports, and secret plans, proof that the Terran Council had been working with the Zarine Dominion to control humanity. Many people were shocked. Some didn't believe it at first. Others felt angry, betrayed. But one thing was clear. The truth was out, and it couldn't be taken back. Inside the signal tower, Liam stood beside Mira as she checked the broadcast reports. "It's working," she said. "Over 30 colonies have already seen the files. Some have started protests. Others are refusing to follow the council's rules." Liam nodded slowly. "It's not enough to tell the truth," he said. "We have to give people a way to fight back." Mira turned to him. "You have something in mind?" "Yes," Liam said. "Something only I can build." Liam worked in the outpost's tech room for the next 2 days. He used old machines, wires, chips, even parts from his own communicator. Mira and the others didn't understand what he was doing at first. "What is this?" Kel asked, looking at the strange device Liam was building. "It's called the Voice," Liam replied. "It's a signal booster that can break Zarine communication jammers. Right now the council blocks human colonies from speaking to each other freely, but this will fix that." Juno looked impressed. "And you can make it work?" Liam smiled. "I made the original jammers years ago. I know exactly how to break them." 3 days later, the first version of the Voice was ready. Mira, Juno, and a few others followed Liam to the roof of the outpost. He connected the device to an old satellite dish. "This tower will send a signal that spreads freedom," Liam said. "Once the colonies hear each other, they'll know they're not alone." Mira helped him adjust the controls. "We're ready." Liam flipped the switch. The dish turned. Lights blinked. A low hum filled the air. Then dash boom. The signal launched. Across space, human settlements picked up the message. Suddenly, Earth could hear Mars. Titan could hear Europa. Colonies that had been silent for years were speaking again. People started forming their own councils. They began sharing resources, news, and ideas. The old fear faded. Hope returned. And in the middle of it all, one name kept spreading: Liam. Dorn. Some called him a hero, others a rebel. But to most, he was the man who helped humanity speak again. But the council was not silent. From their hidden station near Saturn, the council sent a message to the Zarine. "The truth has leaked. The people are rising. We need your support." The Zarine replied, "Begin full lockdown. Crush the rebellion. We will send ships." And so war began. 1 week later, a small fleet of Zarine warships appeared near Earth orbit. Their ships were dark, sharp, and fast. They didn't speak. They just attacked. Cities were damaged. Colonies went dark. The council tried to hide, but people no longer followed them. Mira and Liam watched the reports in horror. "They're hitting every major colony," Mira said. "We can't stop them." Liam stood up. "Then we hit back." "With what?" Cal asked. "We don't have weapons. We have no army." Liam looked serious. "We have something better: millions of people who want to be free. We give them the tools." The Voice wasn't just a signal booster, it's a key. We can build more. Give one to every colony. Let them fight their own battles. Juno looked uncertain. You think people can win against Zerine warships? Liam replied, not with power but with unity. The next few days were busy. Liam and Mira led the effort to copy the voice device and send it across space. Rebel engineers, miners and scientists helped build them. People worked day and night. They weren't soldiers, but they were human. On every colony, groups formed. They built traps, blocked Zerine scanners, and used the voice to warn each other about attacks. The Zerine were strong, but humans were smart, and they were angry. Liam stood with Mira on a hill above Outpost 9. They watched as small rebel ships took off, heading toward nearby colonies. You've changed a lot, Mira said. So have you, Liam replied. When I met you, I thought you were just some quiet girl at the terminal. Mira laughed softly. And I thought you were just a rich boy running from a fake wedding. They both smiled. Then Liam said, you made me see the world in a different way. You gave me a reason to fight. Mira looked at him. We're not finished yet. No, he said. But we've started something that can't be stopped. Later that night, a message came from a colony near Jupiter. A group of humans had pushed back a Zerine patrol using only tools, signals, and homemade weapons. They sent a video of the people cheering, waving the ashlight flag. Mira showed the video to Liam. This is what we're fighting for. He nodded, eyes bright. The spark had grown. A spark of freedom. A spark of hope. A spark of humanity. And no matter how strong the enemy was, that spark would light the fire of resistance. The war had changed everything. The Zerine fleet was defeated. The Terran Council had fallen. Across the solar system, humans stood taller, stronger, and free. Liam and Mira watched the sunrise from the new capital city on Mars. The sky was a soft pink, and the city buzzed with energy and hope. This is a new beginning, Mira said, smiling. Liam nodded. Not just for us, but for all of humanity. After the war, the Human Assembly was formed. Leaders from every colony gathered to rebuild and create a new government, one that listened to its people. Mira was offered the role of chairperson, but she shook her head. I want to help, but my place is with the people, not in a chair. Liam surprised everyone by giving away most of his fortune. He funded schools, hospitals, and new colonies. The future belongs to everyone, not just the rich. People respected him for that. One afternoon, in a quiet garden filled with flowers from Earth and Mars, Liam and Mira sat together. It all started with a kiss, Liam said softly. Mira laughed. Who would have thought? He reached out and took her hand. You changed my life. You showed me what humanity really means. She looked into his eyes. And you gave me hope that we could win. They smiled. Then Liam leaned forward and kissed her, not to hide, not to escape, but because he truly loved her. The new world was not perfect, but it was theirs. Humans had learned to trust each other, to fight for freedom, and to believe in themselves. And no matter what challenges came next, they knew one thing: humanity was stronger together. End of story. The war had come. Dark ships filled Earth's orbit, shining with cold blue lights. The Zerine Dominion's war fleet was massive, much larger than anyone expected. Inside the command center at Outpost 9, Mira, Liam, and the Ashlight leaders watched the screens closely. We're outnumbered, Juno said, biting her lip. Liam's hands rested on the table. Numbers don't win wars. Strategy does. Rain nodded. But how do we fight ships built to destroy whole colonies? Mira looked at Liam. We need to rescue people first. They took prisoners from Titan. We can't let them keep Mira. Liam blinked, surprised. What do you mean? Juno asked. Mira's face grew serious. They captured me last week during a supply run. Liam's eyes widened. You didn't tell us. I didn't want to worry you, she said softly. But now they're holding me on a Zerine prison ship. Liam clenched his fists. Then we have to get you back. A plan quickly formed. Liam used his company's old AI network to locate the prison ship. It was orbiting a small moon near Saturn. We have to be fast, he said. The Council and Zerine will move me next if they find out I'm helping. Kel checked the rebel ships. We only have 3 fighters ready, and 2 are damaged. Then we do this quietly, Mira said. No alarms. The rebels gathered for the rescue mission. Liam stood beside Mira. I'm not a soldier. You don't have to be, she smiled. You just have to be brave. The small group flew in silence through space. Liam watched stars pass by, feeling a mix of fear and hope. The prison ship was huge, black and cold like a ghost. Kel whispered, "There's the target." Juno nodded. "We'll disable their communications first, then get Myra out." Liam held his breath as they got close. Inside the prison ship, Myra was locked in a small cell. The air was cold, the lights dim. She could hear footsteps outside. The guards didn't expect an attack. She waited. Suddenly, a loud crash shook the ship. Alarms blared. "Rebels!" A guard shouted. Mira saw the door open. Liam and the others rushed. In Liam's heart pounded as he saw Mira. She looked tired but alive. "Liam," she whispered. He smiled. "We're getting you home." The team moved quickly, dodging guards and shutting down alarms. The ship shook as fighters outside attacked. Liam helped Mira through the corridors. At the ship's control room, Kel hacked the system. "Doors opening," he said. The team escaped to their fighters just as the ship began to explode. Back at Outpost 9, everyone cheered when Mira arrived safely. Liam caught his breath. That was close. Mira looked at him. "Thank you." He smiled. "We're not done yet. This war will test everything we have." Over the next weeks, the rebels used the voice to coordinate attacks. Small human ships, armed with clever tricks and tools, hit the Zerine fleets. The Council lost control over some colonies. Human spirit grew stronger. One night, Liam and Mira stood outside under the stars. "Do you think we can win?" Mira asked. Liam looked at the sky. "We have to. For everyone who believes in freedom." She smiled softly. "You're not just a millionaire anymore." He laughed. "I never was." They stood quietly, ready for what came next.